Hello, this is Brandon Ivey. I am a global power with the Shopping Sherlock. And I'm coming with a new video today, and this is titled, my latest failure. I failed. But I am successful because I failed. And the reason why I like to do these, my failure type videos, is because I find it interesting in the industry. When you look at successful people, anyone that's made 4, 5, 6 figures a month, they're 6 and 7 figure earners, and you're looking at all the success that they've had and the money that they've made and the success stories of people they've helped, and it's very, very enticing. And what you never hear about is what they actually had to go through to get there. Don't think that it's all roses and everything happens perfectly. They just set their goals and put their head down and everything just worked out without any obstacles, without any setbacks, without any failures. It has never, ever happened that way for anybody, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. And a lot of times they don't like to talk about those days because it might discourage people. You know, when I look back at some of the things that I personally have gone through, and I ask myself, knowing what I had to go through to get here, would I have done those things or gone through those things? And sometimes the answer is no. I would not go through those things all over again. But I wouldn't be here if I didn't go through those things. And I made a video called My Failures, leading up to the last company that I was a part of, which is Vitel Wireless. Well, now that I am in Shopping Sherlock, and I look back at Vitel, do I consider Vitel a failure? What I say about Vitel is that at the end, Vitel stumbled. Vitel did not live up to its end of the deal in the bargain for the reps. Vitel dropped the ball. Now, I'm not here to discuss why, how, details, or exactly anything that took place. That's just a fact. There's a lot of people till this day that still owed a lot of money. That's a fact. But was Vitel a failure as far as I'm concerned? Well, when I look down at the past year and I put together, the good and the bad and what I've accomplished, Vitel was an overwhelmingly success. There's a lot of people who never made any money before that made money in Vitel. Was there people in Vitel who didn't make any money? Absolutely. Was there people in Vitel who didn't have success? Well, isn't that the case for any company or 9-to-5 job? Absolutely. Does that mean that Vitel was bad for everybody? No. And that's how it is for every company. There are certain companies that people have a better fit for them. They have more success with one than the other. For me personally, Vitel allowed me to walk off my job, earn well over 6 figures, 5 figures a month in my first 80 days, the ability to work from home, the ability to travel and go as I please, the ability to have freedom for a long, sustained period of time. So when I look at it from that perspective, Vitel was an overwhelmingly success. Because I was able to grow as a person, I was able to grow with our team, I was able to meet a whole lot of new people, have a whole lot of new contacts. I was able to do a whole lot that I wasn't able to do before. And so when I look at it from that standpoint, it was an overwhelming success. And I thank Vital for that success story. But it did stumble at the end. Now, here is where I learned a new lesson. You know, my mentors used to tell me all the time that successful people are only successful because they keep going forward where other people quit and give up. And I never really fully understood what that meant. And he said, you keep doing what you're doing and you're going to experience this sooner or later. Sooner or later you'll see exactly what we mean, because it has not been easy for all of us. You may be excited that we're a millionaire, but guess what? There could be so many other millionaires that we came up through at the same time, and they gave up and quit, where we kept moving forward. So here's an example of this taking place right now. We all experienced the stumble at the end. What matters is not what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens to you. A lot of people were emotionally upset by it. Not just from a business perspective, but from a personal, emotional perspective. And as a result, they allow those events to paralyze them. They're not able to move past it. They're not able to move forward because of what they consider unfinished business in the past. And this is, if you are going to be an entrepreneur, number one, you have to manage your expectations and know the risk involved in anything that you have to do that's considered a business, just like the risk you take when you join a job, hoping that you're not going to get laid off or fired from your job. There's a risk. Just like the risk that you spend $150,000 for a college education and there's no guarantee that you're going to get a job when you graduate. That's a risk. You join a home-based business, there's a risk that you're going to fail, there's a risk that you may succeed. But when you fail, what do? When things happen that's not in your control, what do? When you can't control the actions of somebody else and it adversely affects you, what do? A lot of people's first reaction is to run to Facebook and air out their emotional issues for the world to see. That's the worst thing that you can do. Other people cry over that spilled milk, and they'll cry over that spilled milk for a year and remain broke. Other people are afraid of what other people say about them. What are my people gonna think about me? The company let me down. I can't show my face. As if those people are paying your rent. It doesn't matter who says what happens. That's life, baby. That's what happens. Life happens. Congratulations. You went through a failure. Now you have a step up. See, this is a test for you. This is where you see what separates those who have a lot of success from those who fail. Here's one of those stumbling blocks, those barricades. Are you going to be able to move past the barricade? Or is this that barricade that stops you from progressing further? I've never understood the ideology of, because I lost money, I'm going to allow that to prevent me from making money type of attitude. Because you're hurt. Because your ego is bruised. Get over yourself. Life doesn't care. The rent is still due. You need to put food on the table. What you have full control over is your own actions and how you respond to things that happen to you. I've made thousands of dollars since that event. I'm not going to let anything stop me from moving forward. Focus on the goal and not the task. For those of you who are still hurt about what went on, here's my question for you. Was the end game Vital? Or did you see Vital, as I saw it, as just a vehicle to get you to where you want to go? And when a vehicle breaks down, what do? Do you sit on the side of the curb hoping that vehicle is going to get its wheels fixed? Or do you find yourself a new vehicle and keep moving forward? It doesn't have to be with what everybody else is doing, as long as you're doing something. As long as you're doing something to keep moving forward. The goal hasn't changed. The vehicle you drive in it will change frequently. You will have to be able to adapt. You will have to be able to chart a new course. But the goal remains the same. So here I am today, a man who has failed more than most people have. And that is why I will be a multimillionaire. God bless. Bye-bye.